You keep telling me to make it, yeah, to the spot where we would stay lit, and finish bottles never wasted, yeah, cause that's where I'm from.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of On Campus. I'm your host, Majanique Anderson, and today I'm joined with special guest, communications teacher, Mrs. Evangeline East. Mrs. East, so what brought you here to Solano College as a communications professor?
I was really lucky because right after I graduated from Long Beach State, where I got both my bachelor's and my master's, I came here to interview. And what's really great about it is that ever since I was a little girl, coming from Barstow, which is the armpit of Southern California, is what it's known for, I always asked my dad if we could move to Northern California. I had relatives that we would visit up here, and I always wanted to move up here, and we never did. My parents are still there. So when there was an opening here at Solano, I jumped at the chance. I actually interviewed for Solano and Los Rios, but I just loved Solano. I loved all the people that interviewed me. I walked around. It was so green and beautiful, and I got the job, and here I am 28 years later.
Wow, and might I say that we are all very happy that you're here as a communication teacher. I have your class, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to a communications major student? Like, what would you tell them is the key ingredient to being successful at what they're doing?
Wow, I think that they should just use it in their everyday life. If you're taking public speaking, just use all those skills that you learn in public speaking in any presentation that you give in any class. And don't shy away from them. Always, always try to take those opportunities and speak as much as you can. And then for interpersonal, again, we learn so many skills in there that go across everything that you're doing in your life. So if it's on your job, at home, and most importantly in those relationships, I like to call it a class of manipulation. You can manipulate situations and have them go your way in any part of your life. And so that's what I would say. Just take everything that you learn and take it in your life and just really build on those skills. Because when you get into that job market, that's what they're going to be looking for, are those skills.
Definitely. I'll definitely take that advice because I needed to hear it. So when you were in college, were you always communications, or did you linger around in other fields as well?
Well, my family didn't really value college, and so I was just looking for a job, really, when I got out of high school. And my aunt, who lived in San Jose, she was a dental assistant. So I thought, well, I could do that. It'll take 9 months. I go to school for 9 months, and then I can do that. So I went to Long Beach City College, and I was a dental assistant, and I didn't really like it. I did work at a dentist office for kids, and that was fun. But other than that, I didn't want to look at people's teeth for the rest of my life. Yeah. And so I went back to school to be a journalism major. And I took a argumentation and debate class, and the teacher told me to stay after. And this was at 23 years old, because I went back to school at 23. And I thought, oh no, he's going to kick me out of class. I did that horrible. And he asked me to be on the speech team. And I said, no, I can't do it, because I was putting myself through college. And so I was waitressing, and so I didn't have the time. I said, I don't have the time. I'm putting myself through college. I have to work on weekends. And he goes, just go to one tournament. And he stuck me with Kim Marie, who was a really good speaker, and he knew she was going to get a trophy, right? So I followed her around to all the rounds, and she won first place in informative speaking. And I went, I want one of those. And I was hooked after that. And then I was really lucky because back then they used to have an emergency teaching credential. So I was able to teach all the way through my undergrad. And so when I graduated from my master's, I had lots of experience. And so I got a full-time job the day after my comps for my master's. So I was really, really lucky. I had lots of great mentors, one being Greg Poff, throughout my whole career, my school career. And here I am. I mean, it was a wonderful ride. It was really a great ride.
Wow. I'm just sitting back like so amazed by everything you're saying, because I aspire to be that professional. Like, you are an amazing teacher. I'm just like amazed right now. So what exactly do you take away from being a communications teacher?
Oh, I love it. I love all my students. We just had our last day for my 8-week class a few minutes ago, and they were all getting each other's Snapchats and Instagrams. And that's what's so great about being a communication teacher, is that you get to know your students really well, and they get to know you as well. But more importantly, they get to know each other. And it's funny because sometimes I'll walk into the classroom and it's total silence because everybody's on their phone. So I make a challenge and I say, I challenge you guys to not be on your phones and talk to each other. And sure enough, sometimes they'll be on their phones and they'll put them away right when I get in and start talking to each other. But I think they make really great friends, and I think that helps in the whole education scheme of things, knowing people, networking, and just communicating with each other. So that's what I love. And I love the really scared student that comes in the beginning, and then towards the end, they have no problem. And that is so rewarding. Or for someone in interpersonal to say, you know, I tried this out on my husband or my boyfriend, and it really worked. And we didn't argue, you know, because we perception checked or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And so those kinds of things just make it so very rewarding.
So what is next for you as a communications teacher? Like, do you have anything that you're in your head, you're like, I have to get done one day?
Wow. I don't know. I've been here 28 years, so I think I'm looking forward to probably retiring. I hate to say that because I'm really not. I mean, I think I've done everything that I have needed to do and wanted to do. So I probably just, you know, keeping up and making sure I remember everybody's names. It gets to that point as you get older. But other than that, I think I'm pretty satisfied with everything, how it's gone in my career.
Well, thank you, Mrs. East, for coming into the Solano College Sports Network. I appreciate it so much, and I wish you all the best on your future endeavors here at Solano College. And thank you for watching and tuning into the Solano College Sports Network on campus. I'm your host, Majanique Anderson, and that was my special guest, Mrs. Evangeline East. We'll see you next time.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
it's more than just sports. It's an education.